Hello! Don't forget to follow me in all my social media accounts and do like, share and subscribe. Thanks! Hello everyone. Hello my 3UPM. How are you? Okay, so today we are going to continue with our Unit 5, A Place to Call Home. Okay, so hari ni we will be doing listening activities. Okay, so first, before I play the audio, let's do exercise A first. Okay, so let's look at exercise A. Label the pictures with these words. Okay, bamboo, brick, concrete, netting, steel, straw. Okay, so you have to look at all these pictures and label. If you do not know the meanings of these words, try to search in Google. Okay, next. Alright, let's look at exercise B. Listen and read sentences 1 to 5 and choose the best definition for the underlined words. Okay, so I will play for you this exercise, this audio, then you have to answer number 1 until number 5. Oh, by the way, we are now on page 62. Okay? Alright, let me play the audio for you.
Unit 5, page 62B.
1. Many buildings came down, crushing and trapping people. 2. One technique is to reinforce concrete with steel. 3. Buildings made of light materials are less likely to come down in an earthquake. 4. Some bricks are cheap and walls made from them crack and collapse very easily. 5. Cheaper materials are better than nothing for poorer countries that can't afford anything else.
Okay, everyone, have you listened? Okay, so actually you have to choose A or B. Okay, A or B ni adalah definition ataupun maksud kepada perkataan-perkataan yang digariskan. Okay, for example, number 1. Many buildings came down, crushing and trapping people. Okay, so crushing and trapping people ni mana satu? A ke B? So you have to think. Alright. So if you need to listen to the audio again, you may just rewind this video. So now, let's look at exercise. This one, exam close-up. Okay. Understanding technical or specific words. In the exam, if you hear technical or difficult words that you don't understand, try not to panic. Think about the words you do know and what the listening is about and try to use the context to help you understand. Okay, so actually dia cakap kat sini, kalau masa exam, korang tengah buat listening test kan, kalau korang dengar perkataan-perkataan yang korang tak faham, okay, that you don't understand, difficult words that you don't understand, jangan panic. Okay, maybe selalunya korang bila dengar je perkataan yang korang tak faham, terus korang macam, alamak, aku tak tahu ni, tak payahlah dengar lepas tu, you know, macam korang terus give up. So tak boleh macam tu. Okay, kalau korang tak faham, just focus and dengar pada perkataan-perkataan yang korang faham. Okay, kadang-kadang dalam satu-satu ayat tu kita tak perlu dengar semua, kita tak perlu faham semua perkataan. Kadang-kadang satu ayat tu kalau kita tahu 2, 3 perkataan pun kita dah boleh teka. Oh, okay, ayat ni pasal apa? Okay, so sama juga macam listening activity ni. So masa korang exam, kalau ada listening test pun sama jugalah. Korang janganlah bila dengar korang tak faham satu perkataan, korang terus macam lost. Terus macam, okay lah, aku tak nak dengar dah lah. Jangan, okay? So try to find the words that you understand and then try to make sense. Apa sebenarnya yang korang dengar? Okay? Alright, so now let's look at exam task. Right, so I will play an audio and you have to listen and answer the question. Okay, let's look at the instruction first. You will hear some students interviewing engineer Robert Weston. For question 1 to 6, circle the best answer, A, B or C. Okay, so ada 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 questions. Alright, so I will play the audio and you will listen to it and try to answer this question.
Listening, Unit 5, page 62E.
You will hear some students interviewing engineer Robert Weston. For questions 1 to 6, choose the best answer, A, B or C. Now, as you know, we're doing a project on earthquakes and buildings, and we're lucky to have a visit today from Robert Weston, who's an engineer and an expert on this subject. He's here to tell us about the latest information on designing buildings and how we can protect buildings from these disasters. Please welcome Robert.
Thanks very much. I'm happy to answer any questions you have for your project. Well, as we all know, earthquakes can cause thousands of deaths. The one in Haiti in January 2010 killed over 200,000 people. But the reason so many people died is not the earthquake itself. It's the fact that many buildings collapsed, crushing and trapping people. What interests me and other engineers is how we can build houses in developing countries that don't collapse during strong earthquakes.
That's interesting. Now, has anyone got any questions? Put your hands up.
Yes. Can you tell us? Are there any regulations when you construct buildings in richer countries? I mean, to make the buildings safe from earthquakes?
Yes, there are. Modern concrete buildings are made stronger with steel, but this is expensive, so many poorer countries don't have the money for it. They just can't afford to pay for this. That's why engineers are looking at cheap solutions to protect buildings.
So what sort of things are engineers developing?
Well, one technique is to use more suitable building materials. Let's think about a country like Haiti. Roofs on houses are often made of heavy concrete, and this collapses easily if there is an earthquake. But engineers have discovered that metal roofs supported on wood are stronger.
What other kind of materials are best then?
We need to use materials that are as light as possible, because these are less likely to fall when the ground is shaking. In Pakistan, walls can be made from straw.
Straw? Really?
That's right. The straw is pressed into blocks, and then plastic netting holds the walls together. We put this on the inside of the wall. Of course, the outside of the wall is painted and looks completely normal.
Is it true that some brick walls aren't strong enough if there is an earthquake?
That depends. In Peru, they use a kind of brick which is locally produced and cheap to build walls. But these walls crack and collapse very easily. Again, plastic netting can hold these walls together better so that people can escape when there is an earthquake.
So, Robert, what other local materials do developing countries use?
Well, in India, engineers are using bamboo to make concrete stronger. And in Indonesia, they're trying to protect houses from underneath. They've put old tyres filled with sand under the building and then construct the house on top.
Sorry, but are these cheap and local materials really better in an earthquake?
Generally, yes. Some of them are not as effective as more expensive methods, but they're better than nothing at all, and something that poorer countries can afford.
So, finally, Robert, do you think these new ideas will help protect people in these countries?
Well, I hope so, but so far progress has been slow. Some of these new types of houses have been built, but sadly many millions of people are still in danger.
Well, let's hope that many more houses will be safer in the future. Robert, many thanks for coming to talk to us today.
My pleasure.
Okay, so quite a long audio, I see. Okay, it's okay. So now you can listen to it again. You can replay this video so you can listen to the audio again, and then you can answer the question. Okay, so I will share the answers in our next lesson. So for today, your task is exercise A, exercise B, and exam task. Okay, so I will see you again in our next lesson and share with you the answers. So till we meet again, happy learning. Bye.